Okay, but guys, what I wanted to do with you guys is I actually wanted to show you guys. So there were a couple of new videos that came out in the LOTRO space. And so one of them is from this guy, Redbeard Flynn. I've never heard of Redbeard Flynn. And so I'm actually really, really excited to watch this one. He just put out a review. It's got 5,900 views, which for, 11 days is not bad. It's actually really good. So I'm interested, which is fun. Wish I didn't have to go. Looking forward to next time. Totally. Thanks for hanging out, man. Thanks for hanging out. Good luck with the new PC. Get it? Come play with us. Okay, and thanks for hanging out. Okay, so I want to watch this together, you guys. I want to react to this video for Redbeard, but I'm going to put this in this link in the description. Be sure to tell him that Bright Life sent you, so that we can get more people making LOTRO content on YouTube. I've really enjoyed seeing more of it come out. So that's the video. Be sure to go give this a thumbs up for sure. Give it a subscribe as well. Make sure you do that. I'm making a lore master. What should I name my bear? Ooh, good question. I feel like Winnie the Pooh. Winnie is a good name, always. Winnie the Pooh is a good, solid name, because you got the bear going there. What do you guys think you should name his bear? Kierdan, hey, Brad, how goes it? Dude, I'm doing well, Kierdan. How are you doing, man? I'm doing well. We're about to watch this video by Redbeard Flynn.
Dangerous business. Going out of your MMO comfort zone.
Oh, true.
Log in. And
dude, this guy's mohawk is legit. Legit. Already, dude. Solid mohawk, my guy.
if you don't keep your feet, you don't know where you might be swept off to.
True. Good call.
Lord of the Rings Online was originally launched in April of 2007. Now, I originally played it in
2007, 2008, 2007.
2022.
He's a new player, you guys. Oh my God, he's a new player. Yo, that's awesome. And he's making LOTRO content. You guys, this is awesome. We need more of this. LOTRO is on the up right now, dude. Video seems quiet, or is it just me? Oh, I can turn it up.
In this video,
How's
I'm
that?
going to talk about my
That's like my
impressions of
talking
this
video.
game, this older MMO, as a first-time player in 2022. I'm going into this as a veteran of the MMO genre, but a newbie to this game. So I am going to miss things. There will be entire systems that I do not cover. This game is vast. It has
True.
a lot of content.
Huge
and
content.
I am not max level. This is simply a first impressions video. The same kind of first impressions that anyone going into the game new and fresh for the very first time in 2022 will also experience.
Dude, I'm actually really excited for this. So everybody else that I've seen a first impressions from has always said, and I will just say myself included, is like, I'm returning to the game. You know, I'm coming back to the game. I've seen it before. I'm actually really interested in this first impressions. This was a good vid. I like Flynn. I've never actually heard of Flynn before. I'd never heard of him before this. He actually has some good stuff going on his channel. But I'm glad that he's gotten, you know, when you have 1,800 subscribers, I think of it like 19. I'm almost at 2,000. I think I'm pretty close. But like 5,000 view video is not a bad, like that's really good, especially when it comes to like a LOTRO video, a regular video that doesn't get picked up by like, you know, if you make a World of Warcraft video and the algorithm picks it up a little bit, you get a lot of views. But this is really good for him, man. I hope it encourages him to make more videos.
And I'm admitting this here in hopes that maybe this will forestall or prevent some of the veterans of this MMO for coming for me. So
hope not.
So give me a little bit of leeway if you've never.
I'm sure that's a fear of anybody playing a game for sure. But I have found that the veterans of this game are extraordinarily kind, like just over the top nice, over the top cool. So I hope that he finds that continues to be the case. Yeah, because I have not noticed like the mean veterans like a lot of MMOs have.
Played Lord of the Rings Online, this video is probably for you. And if you have played Lord of the Rings Online, please stay anyway. It might be interesting for you to see just how different my experience is.
Yeah,
yours.
like genuinely, I'm
really
so excited.
In the first 30 hours or so of the MMO, both solo and grouping. So my initial impressions of the game is that it's both ugly and pretty. I don't really know how to explain it. The game that I kept thinking of was
ugly
Valheim,
and pretty,
which was beautiful and grotesque. For the age of the MMO, Lord of the Rings Online has held up well. You're taken through a series.
Wait, was he comparing it to Valheim there?
Explain it. The game that I kept thinking of was Valheim, which was beautiful and grotesque. For the age of the MMO.
Do you guys think that's true? Like, does Lord of the Rings Online kind of have like a Valheim, where Valheim is such an interesting art style where it's like when you look up at the sky, you're like, that is the prettiest art I've ever seen. But then like the characters are so like two-dimensional. you know, or not two-dimensional, but just very flat. Interesting. It is Bilbo. I looked it up on the wiki. Oh, cool, Mario. There you go. See, we got it. When I came back to the game a couple weeks ago, I found a bunch of new LOTRO YouTubers. Yeah, it's actually really good. Louis7's fantastic. Weird Gaming Adventure is great. This weird dude named Bright Life, don't follow him. Name the bear Winnie the Warmonger. Dude, that is actually a freaking great name. Dog, name my next child, please. That is epic. I think I technically count as returning player as well. I bought a physical copy of Shadows of Angmar. Oh, dude, Pazzy, you're OG if you bought a physical copy. But I only ever got to level 20. I wasn't really into MMOs at the time, so I never stuck with it. Yeah, but it depends. How many level 20s did you level? Did you just do it like one time? Because I think at that point you're pretty new. Because you could just go level the other race and you could have, you know what I'm saying? Like you could have a brand new experience. I think it's about having a new experience.
Oh, Lord of the Rings Online has held up well.
Yeah.
You're taken through a series of solo quests, and early on, this is where the game shows its age. It wasn't until I broke out of the starter area where I started taking time to appreciate some of the graphical updates over the years. I mean, just look at the water reflection.
See, but you're in the starting area, right? Like that is the starting area? Sorry, I don't mean to, I'm not gonna pause champ. I'm sorry. It's fine. It's fine.
This is bringing back a memory I had buried.
Did he get splashed with water for that?
Why do I do these things?
What did he do?
Going back to the game. Initially, the push to solo feels very strong. I started the game with several friends, and we quickly realized we weren't going to be able to easily play together. We were
why
separated.
Is that?
Very.
Oh, because he created different races. That is true. That's interesting. That is an interesting fact. I mean, I wouldn't change it, but that does. But I guess, you know, World of Warcraft does the same thing. I mean, like all games do that, really, where it's based on races. Yeah. So I mean, I totally understand what he's saying. The thing is, it's not very easy. It's not very easy to get from Arid Lewin. By the way, we're still in the game. Don't want to hear it, chat. To Breland, like it's not the Shire and Breland are pretty close, but going away, and also you can level. The thing that LOTRO does have is, and I give him credit for this one, like if you're a hobbit, you have to level your story missions, the ones that really like guide you through the zone, are in your zone. You can't go take on the story in Breland, which is interesting. It is very easy. Bell on the Wise, what is up, man? It is easy to get there if you know what you're doing. But I think for a new player, which of course, you know, Redbeard would be a newer player, it may be hard to understand, especially like, you know, mithril coins and all that stuff. Like it wouldn't be very easy to get there. The reflections are real good in LOTRO. They're not screen space, so they don't stop working when you turn the camera. That's true. They added swift travels between the starter locations age ago, but don't know if these are available free to play, says Naru. And there's nothing that tells you about them. Yeah, I think that you have to know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. You have to know what you're doing. And again, most MMOs have that kind of thing though. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, most MMOs have that barrier to entry of like, you have to know about it. So yeah, everybody's gonna experience that. It doesn't matter what MMO you play really, but that is a bummer that he starts so far away. You'd have to all make elves.
Separated.
Wait, Harvey says you actually can go to the other starter areas and play them. So a hobbit can go to Archit, to the Archit to Combe, etc. It's just the game doesn't inform you about this. Yeah, but Harvey, you can't do the main story quest though, can you? Like I know that as a hobbit, I've got like the main story quest that takes me until you get to the Prancing Pony. That's where like everything kind of comes together. But you can't do like the Fiery Ring quests, can you? Or maybe I'm wrong. You could. Actually, I've never tried it before, but that would be interesting.
But not only that, you were starting with quest series that was instance off, and you were really separated from the world itself in a lot of ways. So it was really telling you,
can do
hey,
the prologues.
Hold on,
oh,
we're
okay.
gonna play this first part alone.
Okay.
So my initial MMO experience in Lord of the Rings Online started out more like Bilbo than Merry and Pippin.
Ah,
an adventure.
An adventure. Thank you guys for the correction. That's good.
Would have much interest in adventures.
I was initially unimpressed by the questing, UI, combat, really everything.
Yeah.
Combat didn't feel very sticky early on, and it was insanely easy.
He said combat doesn't feel sticky, but you've got a web on your hand, dude. Webs are sticky, dog. I don't know. Sorry, guys, I'm a dad. Please don't leave. Please don't unfollow. I'm a dad. I have to make jokes like that. No, I would agree with him on that. Like, the first impression of the game, this game is kind of like drinking wine for the first time. Okay, that's what I think about Lord of the Rings Online sometimes. Like when you first had your first sip of wine, you remember it. Like it was like, ugh, like it was like, what is this garbage? You know what I mean? Like it's terrible. And like, but then when you actually start to enjoy it, wine becomes one of the favorite drinks. Like there's such a richness to it. I think that's the way that Lord of the Rings is. But yeah, he's right. Like in the beginning, if you're talking about just raw combat, obviously Guild Wars 2 has better combat just at the start. World of Warcraft has better combat. But I'm sure he's going to talk about when he gets into the story, he liked it better. But yeah, I would probably agree with him there. Maru unfollowed. I deserve it, man. I deserve the unfollow, man. Pazzy says the swift travel option being between starting zones isn't available for non-sub since I ran into that myself. Though, if you open the leveling gifts at level 5, then you get a 1 hour of swift travel. See, there you go. But again, like what he would have to do to play with his friends would be to know all of that stuff, which can be very, very difficult to know. You know, there's so much it's easy to get confused. Totally. I think again, but that is what I'm excited about with Return to the Shadow, right? Or Before the Shadow, BTS. The Asian pop band sensation, BTS Before the Shadow. I'm excited for it because I'm hoping that what that does is it allows everybody to play together regardless of what race. So I think they're going to solve this, which makes me very, very excited. It took me a while to get used to the style of combat. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it does for everybody because actually what's funny is you were actually totally used to the style of combat. It's just, the style of combat has been the same since 2007. So people that played classic WoW coming in this game will go like, oh, this combat is fantastic. Because it's classic combat. This is old school tap targeting MMORPG. There isn't anything like the Demon Hunter with like the big like glide with the Demon Hunter, or like when you talk about like as a black mage in Final Fantasy, like standing in your little ether ring, like those are things that have developed over time. This maintains the old school. It's not only difficult, but it's impossible to expect of a new player. It's true, and I think that's why the new zone is going to be a really good thing for them. Because everybody can start in the same place. And, if you're a hobbit all the way to an elf to, if you're a dwarf, like all of you are going to start in the same place. And honestly, guys, like this is the most important thing. This is the most important thing. God bless those elf, high elf, dwarf, and stout axe dwarf players now with this new zone. Because now you understand, guys, how groundbreaking this is. They won't have to level through Arid Luin anymore, which is an F tier zone at best, F plus at best. And they won't have to do it anymore. And that is the number one reason that I'm so excited for Return to Shadow. Let's just be totally honest, man. Bellon says, drinking wine for the first time, that's excellent. Or going to the opera for the first time. Yeah, true. Yeah, what they're saying, the 5th time the same opera after you research the story and translations, you're like, this is awesome. It's true, man. Like it's something that as you dig into it, it becomes better. But at the front, I totally will agree with you that at the front, the initial experience of LOTRO, it feels like the lesser MMORPG. It does compared to all the other ones on the market. And in a lot of ways, let's just be honest, it is. Like when it comes to combat, when it comes to lag, when it comes to some other areas, it is the lesser MMO. But I think that it is better. It gets better. LOTRO was my first MMO. It was my first MMO as well, unless you count RuneScape. RuneScape was my first, I think. I guess Neopets. Was Neopets an MMO? Between previous MMO experience and liberal wiki use, I'm still learning basic things like when can I quest with other races, and I've probably played 20 hours in the past 2 weeks. True. Yeah, I think that there are a lot of things that are not easily learned in this game. And again, I think that's most MMOs. I don't know any MMO that does it perfectly outside of like the big ones. I mean, like SWTOR, man. Oh my gosh, the amount of systems in Star Wars: The Old Republic, dude. And it's a top fiver, like Final Fantasy even. Final Fantasy's all right with it. World of Warcraft is okay with it. Like, I think World of Warcraft had to build a new experience for that. But it's just games get bloated, I honestly love Arid Luin. F tier, you go too far. Arid Luin's amazing. You guys can unfollow. It's okay. I don't mind. You can unsub, report me for something. It's my opinion. I know the place by heart. Yeah, I know the place by heart too. It's garbage. I never played WoW, but I've played Rift, ASO, and SWTOR. Yeah, I feel like those are all such great games, man. Your name's Kierdan. Yeah, Kierdan would love Arid Luin, wouldn't he? Obviously. So far, the worst area in the game for me is Bree. What? Pazzy, get out of my stream. Especially the comb, because my friend and I got sent into the same dull forest. That is true. The comb quests are a little bit much. I remember that as like when I played way back in the day. I didn't have any patience. I would like go into comb and I was like, why? There's so many quests. There's so many quests that send me to this stupid Blackwold hideout. There's so many, man. I'm an elf at heart. Your name's Kierdan, man. You're an elfin name as well.
But at least you could swim. did I mention that already? You could swim.
Yeah.
You can even do a backstroke. As I
That is
continued my
true.
journey into the vast world of Tolkien that Standing Stone Games continues to curate, I found myself beginning to enjoy the game more and more.
Same
There
for
were
me,
some
yeah.
things I didn't particularly enjoy, like AoE abilities being so present, making it clear that this game was taking the WoW route of caring more about cleaving through masses of mobs instead of focused on individual encounters like EverQuest.
Okay. AoE. So here's where I might disagree with him. Is WoW focused on grinding big packs of mobs? Sometimes. Is Lord of the Rings Online? No, like as you get into deeper zones, you'll find that a lot more enemies are like solo. Don't you guys think? Oh, he says it's a champion. Yeah, but I think Naru. What he's saying is like this is a gameplay element. Again, he doesn't know. And I'm not hating on him at all. I think that as a champion, that's probably true. But I would think that like when I think of a SWOTOR, that's more of like a like pull the pack kind of thing, you know. But I maybe I'm wrong. I'm like it's making me think now, and I like that. It's good. Mega Von and Lancer, how are you? Just saw you guys are online. What are we doing? We are watching the new video from Redbeard Flynn. Redbeard is making LOTRO content new right now, so be sure to go give him a follow, give him a sub, tell him the Bright Life sent you in the comments, because man, I love seeing content from guys like this. This guy's a brand new player, has never played the game before, and this is his first impression. I'm super excited about that. The Farmer's Fair really helps me realize what the game was about, says Pazzy, and also about being in the Shire. Instead of doing every quest in Combe, I started to wander about, take what interested me, and found so many more interesting quests and areas. Yeah, and I say that back in my like, hey, new player, for like the new player video that I made on mine, which is like Lord of the Rings Online is truly a game where you just need to go do what you want to do. Like don't worry about like, you don't have to bust up to top level like you do in WoW. You don't have to, do everything like every single cutscene and freaking oh, Lance, thank you so much.
Have a coffee on me.
Have a coffee on me. You got it, boss. I will, man. White chocolate mocha from Starbucks, dude. I am a basic white boy, and I love it. Thank you so much, Lance. I really appreciate it, brother. But yeah, I think that it's like take the game at your own pace. Really enjoy it. That's my thought.
That preference for AoE seems to have leaked into their monetization as well, because it felt like I was being attacked from every angle.
That was a good joke. I felt like I was being attacked from every angle for the... That's really funny. I remember having such a problem with Hobbit gifts when I first started the game. I really don't anymore, but if you go back to like my old videos, man, I was like, what is this mobile game garbage? Every time I open the screen, I get something for free. And I had one of my comments go, why do you hate free stuff, dude? And I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. But it is funny. The monetization is there, man. I mean, and this is the true thing about LOTRO or any other game. If you're gonna be free to play, you have to monetize. You can't. It's only one or the other. Really, it is. Like the reason World of Warcraft is not throwing all this stuff in your face, the reason Final Fantasy is not throwing all this stuff in your face, is because you're paying $15 a month to play it. It's mandatory, and as long as it's not going to be mandatory, I totally. But I 100% from a first impressions view, like seriously, I almost wonder if I could go back and find like if I went to my old YouTube channels. What is happening? If I went to like all the way back in the day, LOTRO 2022. Let's jump in. Back when I didn't know what I was doing, I talked so much about the Hobbit gifts.
The champion system is great.
Look at Little Bright Life. Look at him. He didn't know what he was doing, man. This guy had no idea what was going on, man. He didn't know. He was so cute, too. Look at the old logo. Look, he doesn't have a mustache or a hat. Oh, man, I swear, dude. Look, join the community. 1 of 10 followers. Sorry, guys, this is not about me. That's so cute. Oh, he's such a baby. I know this is 3 months ago. It's not that long ago, but I learned that I looked better in a collared shirt than I did in whatever the heck this gray crap was. No fancy shirt, dude. Oh my gosh, man, I swear. I'm sorry, guys. This is not about me. Let's keep going.
Quests weren't all that different than what you'd expect. I don't think this game will win any awards for quest innovation. Why? Why do this? Why have static, non-responding quest clicks? Getting to 4 or 5? Easy as hell.
100%.
Getting the final 5th little bastard? It's gone and f***ing yeeted itself to some other f***ing part of the world. Good luck. Oh, yeah, and spiders? They're still freaking creepy.
True. That is true. 100%. No fancy shirt.
By the time I hit level 10, I was opened up to epic battles. My initial expectation was that I'd now be able to group.
Oh no, did he do epic battles at level 10? No. Buddy, he's gonna be so confused. I still haven't done epic battles, man. He's just started epic battles, my guy. Is it just me or does Brett have the best laugh? Thank you so much. Do you remember the lottery? Oh, how I missed the lottery in old forums where you could look up avatars. I don't remember that, Lancer, at all. Doing the epic battles at level 10 is rough. You have no skills, man. You don't know what you're doing. No, it's such a baby.
Except all my queues were solo.
Wait, what is this? Sorry, guys, I'm sorry. I shouldn't pause so much. I shouldn't. But what in the hell is this B-roll? What is like? Okay,
now be able to group.
This I get. Whoever was creating this stock footage was like, okay, all of you guys need to dance in 80s garb. The next one was like, hey, dude, like you in the front, just act like you hate your life.
Except all my queues were solo.
Like, who made this?
Sorry, this would port you to a scenario it was not randomized, making it hard to find people to group with. You could see occasionally different people opening up the group to different level ranges, none of which were available to me, and there weren't enough to really have
it's too complicated. It's too complicated.
Solo it was. So I went to Helm's Dyke alone at level 10. It was epic and a bit scuffed, which I think sums up the game pretty well. I felt urgency, but things were just off. Combat didn't feel very impactful, and as I tried my best to wail on enemies 90 levels higher than me with my wet noodle that had been upgraded by the game's boost.
See, and also look at this. Level 100. If you guys can't read this, 25,000 health for the orc scrapper. Level 100 for him. He got up leveled to 8,000 health. 25,000 to 8,000. Why is that? Like, I'm serious. I'm genuinely like, I love LOTRO. I love this game. I do not understand. I will never understand why they can't get the level, like the up leveling balancing right. This happens in PvMP. It happens everywhere where it's like they up level you, but you don't have nearly enough health. You don't do nearly enough damage. Like, I don't know why that is. For the most part, your regular skills aren't what you use in epic battles. See, I haven't done them yet. I should do them at some point. But yeah, it seems like a lot for a new player.
Well, it didn't really do much. The worst part of this for me, though, was interacting with objectives and the sometimes buggy scripts that would pull you out of the game when you just saw NPCs standing there gawking at you, or you couldn't click the fucking grappling hook because you couldn't get your fucking cursor right in the right fucking place. I'm not salty. I'm not salty at all. No,
he's so mad.
No, I'm not.
He's so mad.
After several not so glorious attempts at soloing some epic battles, I decided to take out my anger on the unsuspecting free peoples of Middle Earth and
my guy, if he ever makes a video again, guys, if he ever makes a video again, we're gonna be lucky. Okay, here's the deal. My guy went from epic battles to PvMP. No, my guy, don't do it. LOTRO. Okay, here's the change they need to make tomorrow. You need to lock everyone, skirmishes, epic battles, PvMP, everything. I know I've said that they shouldn't do this before. You should lock it all out for new players until like level 30. Like you gotta lock them all out, man, because it is not. So funny, man. Oh my god. Epic battle shouldn't be available until at least Helm's Deep, I think. I would agree with you. Yeah, I think it's a system that shouldn't be introduced in the beginning. It's kind of like space battles in Star Wars: The Old Republic. You should not introduce them at the beginning. Don't do it. Introduce them way later. That's my total opinion. Oh, dude, Muzzy, thanks for hanging out. Baltar, thanks for hanging out. Have a great day. It's great to have you guys. No, I'm not supposed to. See, that's what I'm saying, Mario. Pazzy, I had this experience when I was trying to play with a friend a few months ago. We were excited when this content unlocked, but then it was incredibly grindy, felt bugged. Yes, I did not make the game it did not make the game seem like it was going to be good. I would totally agree with you. Yeah, I don't think that they are the best foot forward for a new player. I would like for them to be like, I almost want there to be like a script that says like when you try monster play at level 2 when it's out, or like Helm's Deep, epic battles, like just be like, hey dude, there should be like a script that says like, listen, this is for like advanced players. You can totally play it, but it's for advanced players. That's what I think should happen. But I feel so bad for him. Let's make a prediction here. Is he going to say that Monster Player was like just awful, scuffed? I couldn't kill anybody. Either I couldn't find anybody if he's not playing on Arkenstone, or like I couldn't kill anybody. I guarantee it.
Become a monster. Monster play was interesting, if overwhelming. This side of PvP in Lord of the Rings
assume
Online
I was
is essentially
kicking
like
serious
creating a new
ass.
character. In fact, you do create a new character.
Poor guy
And
lost
it
the
made me
footage.
wish I could have been one from the start.
I've been there.
Maybe I'm just kind of evil. I don't know. It was chaotic and I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I was able to hop into it and band together with some fellow evil friends and chow down on some man flesh.
There's no way you killed anybody.
We're a few hours in this point, and what
I want to interview this guy and be like, okay, dude, honestly, did you kill somebody in PvMP when you first started? There's no way. There's no way.
one of the things that's standing out in a good way is the music and atmosphere. I actually
Yes.
shifted and turned down the sound effects just so I could hear the music better.
Yes.
In many cases, it changes appropriately to be more dramatic or uplifting. Music is very important to me in games, and it's sadly often very lackluster in MMOs, or utilized poorly or sparingly. Take, for example, this shift in music from Buckland to the Old Forest.
Oh, let's listen. Getting ominous. Yes. 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 Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, like the music.
So off I go on my merry way,
Like, listen, the music in this game is genuinely, I think, what gets 80% of players. 80% of players, you get to the music in this game, and it's just like, you go, oh, this world is meant to be lived in. You know what I mean? Like that, the music is the first indicator in LOTRO that the game is meant to be just lived in and experienced. Like you're not, like, I don't know how the music does this. It's magic, but the music shows you that this is Middle Earth. This is not Azeroth where you're supposed to just quest to quest to quest to quest to quest to quest. This is not, you know, Final Fantasy where it's cutscene to cutscene to cutscene. This is Middle Earth, and you're supposed to live here. Like, I mean, it's true. And I think almost every player has this. I know that I had that experience as well. Like, this is supposed to be a lived-in world. And I think that's brilliant. I really do. As he said, I do think they should have some kind of instance content or dungeon available at early levels. That's the good kind of content that people enjoy. Just make the good content that's available. I would agree with you, Pazzy. I think that the first dungeon is at like level 18. I think they should make it level 10 if they could. Like, you've got to be able to, like, by level 10, I think most players want to have some sort of instanced group content with your friends. Should be skirmishes at level 10, not barrow downs, Maru. See, you could be right there. I found so if I come at it from every other MMO, skirmishes are not the most engaging gameplay. Like, they're good, they're fun, and they offer some uniqueness, but I think that, like, the classic dungeon experience is still really good. Like the delve, the loot, killing the bosses. And what I'm hoping, again, with this new level 1 to 30 zone, is that they add a dungeon that comes in at like level 10 or level 15, and you're able to go into that like classic dungeon thing. Like, we can take a good pulse of what MMO players want, like outside MMO players want, when we look at things like World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy. And both of those games, by level 10, you've done a dungeon. In fact, in order to get out of the starting island in World of Warcraft, you have to do a dungeon at the end of it. I mean, that's kind of like, I think that people really crave that, you know? Othringroth the Great Barrow still could easily sell Doom for Eriador. Dude, yes, let's go, Lancer. I love the foggy look of the forest. I'll have to write that down and head there at some point. The Old Forest is awesome, and I'm really excited that in the newest zone, we're going to get an extension of the Old Forest, because I'm excited to see what a 2022 version of the Old Forest looks like. I mainly play for the player music. That's awesome. Dude, true, man. True. I meant the epic battles, not barrow downs. Oh, dude, totally fine. Yeah, totally fine.
Wilderness beasts and just having generally a good time.
Yeah.
The world is feeling massive. It's an exciting feeling knowing there are so many places to explore, and the game allows you to. Right. Quests are all over the place, and killing creatures alone feels rewarding for experience and deed completions. Speaking of deeds, I love this. Deeds are introduced very early, and I appreciate how they encourage exploration, rewarding you if you stray a bit off the track laid out for you with the questing. I just wish they weren't so tied to Lord of the Rings Online points. I was just loving.
You know what? You will love that. Yeah, you will love that deeds are tied to LOTRO points, because eventually that means that you continue to play the game for free longer. You know, you get those quest packs and stuff like that. I totally get what he's saying. It's like, when you first start this game, we MMO players are very conditioned to hate anything that is monetization, and I was right with him. But I think eventually, of course, you want to you want to like you want to be able to pay for some of these things to make the game free for longer, which I think is a good thing. But he doesn't know that yet. He doesn't know about quest packs or whatever. But yeah, it's gonna be important. Lancer fighting a purple, never a good sign. yeah, he's gonna die on this one for sure, 100%. Yeah, these barrow whites are not. They're not to be trifled with, man.
Just wandering around and finding new and exciting things.
He did
to kill me.
Yep. I mean, you fought a level 20, my guy. You've played MMOs before. You know you don't do that.
Now, combat felt a bit spammy, but power requirements kept that in check, or would if combat was difficult.
Oh, you're gonna kill an
At times,
orange?
It felt like there was a bit of a cliff. I'd either be infinitely powerful, or I'd get my ass kicked and wish I had more potions.
You're trying to
It was
throw
in
the
the old
friggin'. You're
forest
trying to kill it,
that
friggin'.
I realized two
purple.
things. First, that I really felt very hemmed in for the first time. It felt more like a Diablo 3 map than the wide open spaces that I experienced so far. And two, I was alone. I was so...
But he's talking about the old forest. Yeah, the old forest definitely has that hemmed in vibe. But the world is pretty open, I would say. But again, it's first impressions. I love hearing this from him. By the way, love the Sting sword, dude. When we make it one day, we're putting Sting. We're putting it right there. Putting it right there. We're gonna put Sting right across this little area, dude. It's gonna be legit. Yeah, the old forest is supposed to feel close and stifling. I would agree. Yeah, it is. But I mean, again, he's new to the game. That's what's cool. I mean, all of us with all of our experience can go, well, no, it's supposed to feel that way. But like, this is a good perspective from a new player. I mean, it's a good perspective from someone that's, that's just coming in for the first time. Pretty much the only things useful against purples are Captain and Sure Strike and Heartseeker. True, dude. True. Do you think someone who's not a Lord of the Rings fan might still enjoy LOTRO? Cashew? I think so. When I first started making videos about the game, and thanks for the question, by the way. When I first started playing the game, I thought this is the MMO for Lord of the Rings players, and it's probably not the MMO for non-Lord of the Rings players. I've since changed my mind on that because I've had quite a few people in my comments when I've actually said that phrase. They've looked at me and they've got, no, like I play this game and I'm not the biggest Tolkien fan. I think it's going to be much more appealing if you love Tolkien. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that you're going to, I think it'd be much more appealing if you like Tolkien, but I still think it's a good MMO on its own, especially if you love the old school vibe. If you like the old school vibe, you're really going to like this game. That's my opinion. What do you think?
Very alone.
Aw.
I had no friends.
Same.
No Merry. No
Aw.
Pippin.
Aw.
No Gimli. No Legolas. Aragorn. Certainly no Sam.
His editing is good, by the way. This guy knows how to
It was a
edit.
lonely experience. Playing through the game this way just felt wrong. Occasionally I'd see people walk by, but
Head right now.
they'd be off on their own adventure. But wait,
Aw. Tom
could
Bombadil.
it be
Tom Bombadil. Oh no. I was so excited. He made a
my
buddy.
Merry and Pippin? Two of my friends joined me for further adventures. Now, we first tried to do a properly tuned epic battle. as it
Narcissio.
was made for
Got the
exactly
wary.
3 people.
Level 5.
Now,
No
when
deaths.
I say made, there were only a handful of these, and they were tuned to a couple different ranges.
What's happening to
You
poor
could
Penny?
pick 1, 2, 3 in some cases, 6 or 12 players. Now, this severely limited our options of what we could actually do, and the
Did it?
one time we tried to queue up as a fellowship, which is, I believe, consists of 6 players, and we only had 3 of those, well, it was disastrous. But
Wait,
we
why
did
did it-
get to
why did it,
experience some of what the game has to offer for grouping, or as they're
I like. Tell me, chat, because maybe I'm just being dumb. How did it limit him if the 3 is an option? Are there some that he's talking about that are only 6-player content? Maybe it's like some of the the barrow down stuff. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Welcome to the squad. Stressed Virus 47. I hope you're not stressed today, man. I hope you're chilling. Stressed, are you playing LOTRO? Great to have you on board the crew, man.
called in the game fellowships.
Oh,
We
okay.
had our healer, our support.
And Naru, correct me, this is good. A lot of instances don't have a 3-player size option. Totally understand. Yep, that makes complete sense. I do think one thing that he might talk about too is the dungeon finder in this game. It's, man, I wish it was better, you guys. I don't know if you guys find it like I do. Like, I just find that this right here, this is so hard, man. I really do wish that they kind of had and I know this is old school, so there's a reason for this, but I wish that they had they had like the World of Warcraft thing where you, like, I'm a DPS, put me into a random dungeon with 5 other players. I just want to play a dungeon. Like, they don't really have that. And this can be really, like, there's literally 5 things. There's non-scaling instances, then there's instances, then there's epic battles, then there's seasonal, then there's skirmish. Like, which one am I supposed to do? Like, then there's nobody playing, so then I create one. I have to, it's a little bit confusing, and I wish that they would do a little bit better job with this, because I do think that the new players that are coming in are going to probably want this to be better. Does that make sense? I think they're going to really want this to be better. That's just a personal opinion, but what do you guys think? Am I overreacting to that? He already mentioned it when he was talking about the epic battle. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, it's one more part of the interface. Yeah, that needs improvement. It's true. I have up the Dungeon Finder. Something WoW actually knows what they're doing, which LOTRO could have emulated. I gave up. Yeah, I think. I gave up. Yeah, I understand, Lancer, for sure. Yeah, you gave up on the Dungeon Finder. Yeah, I think that they could steal. I really do. The interface is a major weak point, which again I understand, because like Severlin, and I want to hashtag praise the devs. Severlin in the conversation that he had with Cordovan last month was just talking about, hey, listen, like this whole game is built on an old engine. Like you can't just add everything new to it. And so I totally understand that it's not just like they can just fix it. I do wish that they could, like, obviously, and the problem with that is, like, when he says that, I just have to be real and say, like, new players like this coming in, like they're not necessarily going to have that like same agreeable, I watched this hour-and-a-half long interview, I know that it's built on an old engine. They're just going to judge it for what it is. And some people, interface really matters. I totally understand. Yeah, I mean, I totally get it. I think over time they will fix it. I hope they do. Yeah, Kieran, I mean, I hope they do. I just think it's going to be a big lift. I think it's going to be a bigger lift than we think it will be. You know what I mean? People just don't use the Dungeon Fire to find a group. They added it a while ago, but people are used to asking chat for the group. And again, that's a good thing, Zara, because again, it does keep that old school MMO vibe a little bit, Like I was watching, one of the things that I was watching today that was really fascinating was I was listening to the Act Man. He has a video on Halo, like the old Halo, first-time shooter, old-time Halo. Yeah, of course you guys know Halo, first-person shooter kind of thing. When they moved from Halo 3 to 4 or Reach to 4, they removed the queue. You used to be able to click a button to party. You just hit X and you could keep the party that you played the previous game with, right? And that system, as simple as it was, that system. Hey, Kippinets, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome to the squad. Are you playing LOTRO? Great to have you. But that system alone encouraged social play. And so it's something that's so simple. And what I think is, maybe with the Dungeon Finder not being as good as it is, like if I move my picture here, you would see the world chat is just constant. It is constant because there's always people looking. And so maybe there's actually a little bit of a blessing in the fact that it's not the best, because it actually forces you to talk to people, which I think is really important. Yeah. Ravis says, I think they should. Annoying for new players. I am a new player. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Welcome to the game. And I would agree with you, man. I think that, again, there's both sides of the coin. Like, if you make dungeon finding easy, like, we could do it right now, and I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, if I went to go find a group in World of Warcraft right now, which I did last night, I was just laughing because every single time that I clicked find group, got into a group, we never even said hi. We didn't. We never even said hello. M1G, welcome to the squad. Thank you so much for being here. Are you playing LOTRO? Be sure to let me know in the chat. But they never even said hello. Not once. Now, again, it's the culture of the game. Final Fantasy, when you find a group, everybody does that little wave emoji, the 0 with the cross, like, hey! It's a very cute game. But I do think that one of the best things LOTRO has going for it is the community, and I hope that he eventually talks about that if he keeps making videos. But that is an interesting thing where, what you don't want to do away with is the friendliness of the group. I get that. I like what Bright said. I'm a healer. I need me to find me a group with others. Put me in one. Yeah, I wish that would happen. Ravis says, if good people, it's good that people don't use it and the community feels that way, then take the system out of the game. You know what, Ravis? That's so true, dude. Yeah, you're right. Like if the system is not good and nobody uses it and it's just not that great, just take it out of the game. I mean, the one thing that people do use it for, I will admit, is they use it for this button down here. They use it for the launch button. That launch now button allows you to go right into it, which is really nice. It's very convenient. But I think you could do this without this whole thing. You know what I mean? Or just make it automatic. I mean, you either got to keep it simple, stupid, make it automatic, or go. You know what I mean? Yeah. People in LOTRO are so friendly. It's so lovely. Yeah, I would agree with you, Sauce. Yeah, people are, like, it's a genuinely cool community. This community is better to me than so many other games. The one thing I'll say, any pug group that I've been with in LOTRO, everyone says hi or emotes with one another. Yeah, I agree. Like, it is hard to find a group, so you're excited to be in the group. And you know what, honestly, see, I go back and forth on this. Do I want to make it easy for the player to find a group and risk losing the community? Or do you make the group really hard to find? And then, you know what? You got a reputation. I mean, LOTRO has that thing where if I come in and I ninja loot from a group, or if I'm rude, or if I'm a douchebag, like, people won't group with me because on my server, like, people know who I am. Like, right? And not because I'm streaming, but just because, like, you're playing with a certain amount of people. And that's interesting. I don't know. Which one do you do? I'd love if they had the resource to do a UI overhaul. There's a lot of basic game that is still fantastic, but has a lot of technical barriers to get to it. I agree with you. Yeah, I would totally agree with you, for sure. Lancer, and some are annoying. I should know because I'm annoying. And I'm annoying. Yeah, we're all annoying, man. Every one of us is annoying. We get it. Mara says, yeah, I used to just be the instance launcher. Yeah, Lancer, I'm in good in groups, though, because I want to be able to group up again. Yeah, you have to be nice. We have to be nice in groups, right? I mean, because in World of Warcraft, right, you find a cross-realm group, you can be as annoying as you want to. I can't imagine a world where you're like that, where I'm annoying. Oh, I'm totally annoying. 100%, dude. I just stream. I'm acting nice for you guys.
DPS, and me spinning blades of death that test whether or not you can fall off of things. As epic and exciting as battles were, there are tuning issues.
Every gamer does that.
Battles without script NPC help felt more fun, specifically the summer festival. I felt like we had more autonomy, and we could do what we wanted to do. This felt more like a scripted dungeon in a game like World of Warcraft, whereas the epic battle to defend Minas Tirith was supposed to be a lot bigger and cooler. Ended up with a lot of standing around and trying to click things that you couldn't really click, and NPCs being weird, and just essentially kind of a strange experience. Combat got especially repetitive in this, as we just sat there and safely wailed on a boss. I mean,
true.
Look at this. Look.
True. You know what? You know what is true in LOTRO or in other games that does combat a little bit better, is they do have those area of effect things where you have to move out, right? Like every boss in Final Fantasy, you got to move out of a circle, don't stand in the fire. That definitely happens in this, but he is right. There are some that it's just like, just smack the boss until it dies. Which can be a bummer. You know, you don't want to just stand and hit. You want to move around. I am sad that his first experience is like epic battles in BBMP, man. I want him to like experience the story. Who is this video creator? This video creator is Redbeard Flynn. Yeah, Redbeard Flynn. He's a new, he hasn't made any LOTRO content before I don't think. So he's newer. Got 1,800 subscribers. If you guys want to go, I'll put his video in the chat again. Go on ahead and give him a like, give him a sub, let him know that we love him over here at LOTRO, want him to play some more. Tell him that Bright sent you. That would be awesome. Well, I really appreciate the lack of matchmaking causes people to care more about other people. Yeah, Pazzy, that's true. Every game with matchmaking, I find, has to lead to people not caring about the other people with them and often forcing them to play the game in a specific way. There's often no penalty for doing that, and there's no benefit to being nice. Totally agreed. Yeah, Pazzy, I mean, that's definitely one side of the argument of Group Finder, and I think it's a really, like, genuinely real argument. I think that there's a way to do it both, okay? So here's my thought. I think that, like, so let's say World of Warcraft. I think World of Warcraft, any game should have a dungeon finder. Your 6-man dungeons that help you gear up. They're not super hard, but you got to work as a team. I think those could have dungeon finders. I never think that you should have a raid finder. I think that's where, and I use raid finder in World of Warcraft, but I'm not forced to like be a part of an active guild. I'm not forced to like really earn my spot and stuff like that. And I think that I think that in raids there should never be a raid finder, but I think that maybe in groups there should be a group finder. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the compromise. I think I've watched him before because he looks very familiar. Yeah, he seems like a great content creator.
Sped this
for real.
footage up. This is a sped up version of what we did.
Oh,
I could have gone
buddy.
and gotten a drink.
A few moments later.
Sorry, buddy.
But at least we could do the objectives. Oh, cool, a giant freaking hook. At least I can click on this. More combat with the hook.
I feel bad that this is his first thing.
2,000 years later.
Look at him do it. Yeah.
The game rewards you for some scenes like the tower blowing up, but for the most part, it's just a lot of running from one objective to the next and spamming your abilities until you run out of power and going and getting a diet Sundays from the fridge. The real fun I had in my fellowship actually came out in the world.
Yep.
Together we roamed about the countryside, slaughtering wild.
Yep.
An interesting note here, in the fellowship, the quest...
Dang it, dude, I need to make a new like first player guide video. Like, hey, if you're coming from Rings of Power, watch this video. Don't do the epic battles. Don't do PvMP. Just freaking quest. read the quest text, and just enjoy. I need to make a new video. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad for this guy's experience, man. I really do. Pazzy, his experience feels so much like my own. I felt naturally pushed into trying out the epic battles. I would agree. Yeah, you get like this big, like you hit level 10, this pop-up comes up that's like, epic battles are now available. What gamer is not gonna click on epic battles, man? Everybody does, dude. Every gamer's gonna click epic battle, bro. Every single one of them. There ain't no gamer in the world that will not say yes to that, right?
Range was vast, and experience gained killing together was exactly the same as killing separate. This makes grouping up in a fellowship very beneficial, and it's something I highly recommend.
Right.
I just wish we could have started this way from the very beginning. Despite some of the occasional game-breaking lag, likely caused by the ferociousness of /dance 3.
Yeah, it's your dance.
We're able to progress
it's your dance, man.
quickly, working together.
What's up, Stumpy? Well, thanks for the follow, man.
Had to be completed separately. This quest in particular reminded us all of just how frustrating inventory management is in this game.
But bro, you could do that. You could pay to win. You pay to win right there, dude. That's the pay to win button. Use your pay to win button, my guy. Come on, get with the program. Monster Play was the most confusing. There's a giant button at login that I got placed into an empty field without any real idea. I know, dude. Yeah, Monster Play is very confusing at first. No group finder at 100 plus, but I'm trying to find a group at mid-level characters really hard. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. It's hard. Like, it's hard to find group content. That's why I think there should be a level squish. I really do. I think if they level squished the heck out of this game down to 60 or 70, there'd be a lot more people playing mid content. Because honestly, if I ever get to 140, if 59 after playing for 4 months, I don't think I'll ever want to make an alt and level up to 140 again. It's so long. Should advise that the minimap has arrows pointing which way to go. Yeah, I know. But the thing is, Lancer, like everything that we say as players that have played this game, it's hard because he's a first timer, man. Like this is his first time like playing the game, and if this is his experience, it's gonna probably be a lot of other people's experiences too, right? You know, I don't know, maybe we'll have to see.
As all of us had to delete something from our inventory to be able to turn in. But no worries, you can buy 5 additional inventory slots for 325 coins. I understand the game's need for funding to continue development, and many of the issues I encounter are at least partially solved by paying for VIP, their subscription service. But when inventory management is so frustrating, it makes you want to pay just to make it less aggravating.
That's what you call forcing the sale, y'all. That's what you call forcing the sale. Did you hear what he said? He said they make you want to pay for it. I'm like, yeah, dog, that's the point.
I get upset. I've never liked monetization options that are there to solve an issue created by the game, specifically to be an issue. And don't even get me started on
that. I mean, that's fair. That's actually a really fair statement. I don't like monetization issues that are put in place by the game to solve an issue the game puts in there arbitrarily. Yeah, honestly, that's true. That's true. Like you're like, dude, you guys are making this issue, and you're making me pay for it. Yeah, I sort of agree. I mean, I think that you could say, like, you know, if you want to play the game at all, you got to pay for it. I mean, that's the game literally putting a block into paying. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Valor's the move for alts, dude. True, but Valors are also not the move for new players. Let me tell you, I Valored on accident. Woo! That was a crazy experience. So he fell for the trap. This is the spot I always grind Breland Orc Deed. Yeah, sometimes a shard dropper spawns here. Oh, no way, dude. See, now I needed to learn Kirith Nur encampment. Got it, dude. You guys need to farm that deed. Go to Kirith Nur.
Putting writing behind the same paywall. And yes, you can point to the fact that you can get Lord of the Rings Online points by completing deeds, but with only 5 to 10 points per deed, you're putting a heavy influence on players to pay. I will say this though, at least this is happening early in the game, not after you've already invested hundreds of hours.
See, I would disagree with what he's saying here, right? Like, the idea that writing is behind a paywall is a convenience feature that you don't need in the game, that, you know, that being able to pay allows you to do. I know that, you know, what's hard is, and I would very much, I guess with what Redbeard's saying here, I would sympathize as a content creator. Like, you're looking so deeply to find stuff to talk about, like, you know, good and bad, and you kind of have to emphasize. I would say that when it comes to like the writing skill, and the fact that you can earn LOTRO points, I would say that actually that's a good thing. You know, like the writing skill being locked behind a paywall is okay because it's a convenience feature. You don't necessarily need it to play the game, and it allows LOTRO to make money, and they need that. I mean, they're a smaller company. They need to make the capital, but also the LOTRO points being farmable is also a good thing, right? Because unfortunately, the reality is, you guys, and this is just the truth of the matter with any MMO, if you put it behind a paywall where there's no way to earn it without spending time on it, there are a lot of people that are around the world where $15 a month is just a lot of money. Like it's just real. And giving those people the ability to earn their way to play the game with convenience, I actually think is a good thing. Even though it's 5 to 10 points, I mean, if you didn't do that, then LOTRO would cease existing. You know what I mean? Like it would cease existing because then they couldn't. You have to have people paying to upkeep the servers. That's just what I think. But again, I know what he's saying because I literally and again I'll say this again. I literally said the exact same things in my first videos. Like if you go back to Baby Bright Life, like I said the exact same things. In fact, if I reacted to my own video right now, I would probably disagree with like 40% of what I said because at the end of the day, like as I've played this game, as I've gotten to know the behind the scenes of the game, I understand why they do what they do. You know. Writing absolutely should not be paywalled, especially in a game so line, but 90 coins is not hard to get. Ravis, maybe that's true. Yeah, maybe that's true. I feel like maybe it shouldn't be behind a paywall, but it is easy to get it. I don't know, man. I would understand, like, if I'm on the fence of it, and I would say, like, you have to put it behind a paywall so that people will pay so that the game can keep going, I would almost kind of just say, yeah, I would fall on that side maybe, you know? But maybe I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong on that. No, writing for one character is fairly cheap. You can totally get it from Deeding, but a new player won't know how attainable it is. Yeah. If you make that video for coming to do the heighten, you should advise them to pay for 1 month of VIP just to open up a lot of stuff and then go back to free to play. Yeah, because you become what do you become? You become like a preferred player at that point. Yeah, but people need to earn a living. That's true. Yeah. Doing deeds and getting LP was how I used to buy expansions. That's cool, man. I mean, some people will just grind it, you know, which is good. But again, yeah, preferred player tip is really important because I think preferred players actually get the mounts too, right? Don't they? I think that they get the mount skill preferred player. Anyway, I mean, I know what he's saying though, because I mean, I literally had the exact same thoughts as I was playing the game. I was like, why is this buy to pay? Why was this? And it does feel like a lot. It feels like a lot, and that can be immersion breaking for people. I totally get it.
They're being upfront with that. If you are going to play this game as a free-to-play title, you are going to be incentivized to pay. My first impressions of Lord of the Rings Online can be summed up as follows. A scuffed World of Warcraft with amazing music, occasional beauty, an immense and overwhelming number of systems, a UI that badly needs to be revamped, a world that feels huge, and a gameplay loop that is serviceable if not magnificent. If you love Middle-earth, I think you have to at least give the game a try.
I would agree.
If you're not that invested, there might be better games out there for you. Let me know, do y'all want a part 2 of Lord of the Rings Online? Are there specific systems in the game that you would like me to test out and see how they play? Are there other MMOs that you'd like me to do first impressions on? Obviously, I can't do a game like EverQuest because that'd be like the 33rd impression.
Oh yeah, he's an EverQuest guy.
Let me know down in the comments below, what games do you want a video like this on?
Dude.
I covered Lord of the Rings Online earlier this year in my hope for what would be the good things coming from MMOs in 2022. If you want to take a look at that video, it's right over here somewhere. Thank you so much.
Maybe we'll have to watch that one later.
My name is Redbeard Flynn, and I really look forward to seeing you again soon.
Dude, this guy's awesome. Well done. Honestly, like that was a really solid video. Let me put that again in the chat. Please go follow that guy. And you know what? Let's do this. I want to say, dude, such a good video. Good video. Please do more LOTRO. Like, honestly, like I would love to see some more content from this guy. He was really well thought out. He had good opinions, and I think that was really, really solid. I think that it was great to see him have great opinions on the game that were controversial. Like, honestly, you need those. You need to have someone that's willing to speak out about the game. Awesome job, Redbeard. Thank you for the video, dude. Has he made any more LOTRO videos? Guild Wars 2 is not dead. Okay, dude, it's time, bro. Redbeard, listen to me, bro. Let's get you. I will react to every one of your videos, man. We'll send people your way. Let's go, dude. Let's get you in this LOTRO community, man. I love that, dude. Well, hey, great video to Redbeard. That's freaking awesome.